SS1 coming soon. Assassin, Bastion, Lifebinder are ready to showcase their specializations just in time for the Spring Festival. Let's dive into their introduction. 1. Assassin. Specializations for Skill 1. Mana Reaver. Vortex Spec. Increases the damage dealt by Mana Reaver. Slashes will gather enemies and inflict another slash when defeating an enemy. Rage Flare Spec. Gain and enhance Berserk when dealing critical hits. Wound Spec. Inflicts Vulnerable when dealing damage, with the effect of Vulnerable improved. Additional specializations for Mana Reaver. Specializations for Skill 2. Gale Flash. Slash Torrent Spec. When Mana Reaver is not on cooldown, there's a certain chance that Mana Reaver will be released at the same time with each slash. The damage of Mana Reaver will be increased by a certain amount, but it will put Mana Reaver into cooldown. Tempest Spec. Each time you use a skill, you will flash and attack a certain number of times consecutively, but the CD will be increased, the skill consumption will be increased, and Battle List will no longer be consumed to reset CD. Convergence Spec. When attacking continuously, the same target will be selected first. If there are no other targets, the damage will be increased. Additional specializations for Gale Flash. Exclusive insane equipment for Assassin. Phantasium Splinter. Legendary effect. When Phantom Stance is active, Gale Flash will also be unleashed from the opposite direction. The cooldown of Phantom Stance is reduced by half. 2. Bastion. Specializations for Skill 1. Saturated Firepower. Temperance Spec. The effect will remain effective after activated by locking part of your max mana, but the stat enhancement will be reduced. Collapse Pull Spec. You pull enemies together instead of knocking them back when using the skill, and your damage reduction increases during the effect. Extra Strike Spec. You have a chance to release an additional fragment, dealing physical extra damage when dealing bludgeoning damage to enemies without defeating them during the effect. The remaining specializations are: Specializations for Skill 2. Automech Arbalest. Skyfall Spec. Launches Arbalest toward the target area after construction, causing a shockwave that deals bludgeoning damage to enemies within range. Harpoon Spec. Arbalest moves a certain distance toward the target when attacking. Focus Fire Spec. Arbalest's normal attacks will be converted into rapid fire bolts, each dealing piercing damage during the effect of saturated firepower. The remaining specializations are: Exclusive insane equipment for Bastion. Will of the Sierra. Rain of Arrows. Alrea destroys any Arbalest on hit, triggering Rain of Arrows. Alrea again at the target's location. The duration, cooldown, and mana cost of Rain of Arrows, Alrea, are reduced by half. 3. Lifebinder. Specializations for Skill 1. Sunstruck. Projection Spec. You can still summon a Solaraya without Life Seed when using the skill, but it will require additional mana consumption. Team Up Spec. When using the skill and summoning a Solaraya, there is a chance to also summon a Razor's Edge. Sunburn Spec. Sunstruck inflicts vulnerable on enemies after a certain number of strikes. The remaining specializations are: Specializations for Skill 2. Wild Fluorescence. Divine Messenger Spec. The garden follows your movement, periodically releasing illumination and restoring grace. However, Wild Fluorescence will only enter cooldown after its duration ends. Wild Weed Spec. Every once in a while, there is a chance to summon a Razor's Edge at a random location within the garden. Heaven's Wrath Spec. Enemies within the garden for a certain duration trigger Sunstruck strikes. The remaining specializations are: Exclusive insane equipment for Lifebinder. Evolution Fragment. Legendary effect. While within the range of Wild Fluorescence, Razor's Edge absorbs Solaraya to evolve, continuously releasing Lifestream to attack. The cooldown of Wild Fluorescence is half. That's it for today's look at skill specializations. Share your thoughts on the new specializations in the comments. Don't miss out. Riftvoker's specializations will arrive in a future update during the new season. Stay tuned.